As I say goodbye to my 20s, I look back at all the places I've been to and all the friends I've made, as well as the friends I've lost. Some people important in my life, we simply parted ways, and it was that all too familiar one-sided relationship where the moment I got sick of being the one to initiate contact every time, I just never heard from them again. And so I guess I honestly am going to say I have two simple tricks to living a fulfilling life. The first is gauging your relationships. Who among your friends and family do you truly look up to and admire? Who is actually reaching out to you? Do they ask how you're doing? Do they want to spend time with you? On the other side, who gives you anxiety just thinking about texting or calling them? Who seems to always be in some drama and quote unquote can't catch a break? A large part of getting older that people don't tell you about is there's a ton of people that are just not going to stay in your life forever, as unfortunate as that is. But there's a fair amount of those people that you had to cut out of your life. Sometimes it can be a friend, but it's always a shock when it's one of your own family members, maybe even a parent. With that being said, I've been there. I've had to cut out a parent from my life. I've had to do the same with a friend or two. I've moved around a lot, so most of my friends were the earlier example of you can't depend on some people to initiate contact with you. And it's understandable. You're not a part of their life anymore, so we both have to move on. But did we have to move on from each other? Was there really no other way? Well, I guess so, because I'm definitely not going to pour my heart into a one-sided relationship either. So be decisive. You'll meet so many people if you put yourself out there, and you will make worthwhile friends if you dedicate yourself to being someone others can be proud of and feel safe around. So it's not worth destroying a piece of your love and trust to someone that never cared, someone that wanted to take advantage of you. Because a lot of us want to be hopeful and we want to be strong and we want to never give up, always overcome the odds. But whether we like it or not, our decisions take a toll on who we are and who we become. If you keep making the decision to back the people that always take advantage of you and never cared about you to begin with, it's going to affect your mentality very, very thoroughly. And it will 150% destroy your ability to trust people if you're not careful. But that's age, really. Pruning thorns and negativity wrapped around your soul. It's certainly hard and it's definitely messy, but when it's over, the anxiety you felt around these people will go away, and it will be like breathing again for the first time. So the second simple trick, and the one I initially wanted to discuss, is balancing artificial experience with genuine experience. So before moving into that, I guess I'd like to briefly discuss what I mean by these terms. I define artificial experience as an experience that heavily relies on the use of technology to the point the entire experience is entirely technologically based. For a genuine experience, I would define genuine experience as really the polar opposite of artificial experience, where maybe you do use or rely on technology, perhaps in a more roundabout way, like using a car to get to your destination, or maybe even like using a camera, but the experience is with something real like nature or people you care about. Moving on. So, I've already discussed my childhood on this channel, but in short, I'm a longtime gamer, and I was a longtime gamer because I really didn't have any other options, as silly as that sounds. And it was so much fun, and I met so many people, friends even, during my time on Xbox Live. But that was all I experienced for a large part of my childhood. I had just as much fun, if not more, playing outside all day, every day in the beginning of my childhood. But that balance of being outside playing during the day and being inside playing games at night didn't last as long as it should have. Now that I'm an adult, the comparison for me is much more for traveling. I go outside and explore the surrounding area I live at. That can range from going to a trail I've never been to before or driving an hour or two to see a town I may have never even heard of. I also like to take pictures of places I've been to. Cataloging not myself, but my experience is something I've treasured for years. Anyways, I remember driving 13 hours straight in the Midwest to go to Yellowstone with my mom. I did not like that drive, and even before I finished the drive I thought, it was good that I did this, but I would happily never do this again, because the Midwest is just about one massive plain and it's unbearable, boring sight to sit through for an entire day of driving. But shoot, past all the complaining and whining, if I had to go back and do it all over again, I would. My mom is getting on in years, and when she's gone, one day, I'll have those memories of traveling with her and actively doing things with her. I won't lose my mom to death, regretting that I should have done this or that with her. I should have taken that trip. And I think that's genuine experience in a nutshell, because you know what? I may never be able to do some of those things with my mom again. And I even have the pictures to boot. We have tons of artificial experiences of online gaming or video calls or phone calls. It's so easy to do them nowadays. We send each other shorts through Facebook or catch up on Discord once in a blue moon, but again, these are all artificial experiences, and other than gaming, we don't have the full experience that you get from a genuine experience. And what do I mean by that? Well, picture this. You and your friend are side by side facing the same direction. Here in Germany, it's Christmas, and there are cheerful lights enchanting the dark town square. There is festive music permeating the light chatter of the crowd, and the smell of food hits you both at the same time, and you realize you have both stumbled into a Christmas market. And there in front of you are a myriad of stalls that are waiting to be explored to commemorate the experience you have now found yourself in. Where you depend on your phone or a computer to have an artificial experience, this is a situation where you are actively bonding with someone because you're both experiencing the same thing the other person is in real time. So, does this mean that artificial experiences are bad? Not even a little bit. Artificial experiences are important too. It's nice to catch up with someone on the phone and hear how they're doing. And depending on distance, that's really the only option for most of the year, or maybe even a whole year. Artificial experiences are important because they circumvent tedious logistical overhaul to get to the shared genuine experience. So, riddle me this. Do you guys want to go to a restaurant together? Spend an hour getting ready, drive to the restaurant, and that may have been like an hour and a half of prep time, just to finally begin doing the thing we talked about wanting to do. Or do you want to join a Discord chat and talk together, which requires maybe 2 clicks of a button at the absolute worst? Some of you might want to go to a restaurant right now and be outside and be with someone, and that's great, but that isn't always feasible to do that every single time, and not everyone will want to do that. And tweaking the context is obviously very important too. I mean, if it's midnight, maybe you don't always want to go, outside or do something. Maybe you would really just rather stay inside and talk with someone. But if you have the right relationship with the right person, maybe a midnight adventure might actually be fun. Maybe you guys get in the car together and you go to Burger King and, it's going to be a wonderful experience. Maybe you watch a video on your phone. That could be cool too, right? So I think the true importance of artificial experiences it's an absolutely massive and beautiful gift that we have to maximize the amount of time that we get to spend with people that we care about. For the people I care about, maybe there was a point in time in our relationship where we were able to hang out and do something together all the time, all day, every day. But life is a responsibility, and we happily add on to our lives to make them fuller. So if there's some parts of our relationship where it comes to a crawl of only being able to text every once in a while to ask how you're doing, you know what? That's better than nothing, so long as I know that we both still care about each other. So remember, sometimes the artificial is so much nicer, but you need to experience what's genuine with the people you care about, or everyone's lives will pass you by through the glare of a computer screen. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.
I got my ass beat.